told me, said drinking was unholy. So Lord, can you point me to the creek? And I still keep it with me, tucked under all the memories. Your voice echoing. Shout out to Dylan Gossett for that excellent song called Coal. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Freedom Forum. I will be opening up the panel. Please keep the previous stream's subject out of the panel. Words been said, needed to be said, are done said, and they will remain said. Then, yes, sir. And here we go. Pin message. There we go. Dangerous Freedom from 2 years ago. I've been better. It appears that I've been taken advantage of and taken for a fool, so I decided, no, folks on Reddit don't get to read my book. They don't get to do none of that shit. We're done. And this is the end of the relationship. We're done. Sort of shit. I am fucking done with it. Had too many people taking me for a ride, put me away wet. I done been had enough. Cannot begin to describe to you how irritating it is. It actually makes my head hurt and my brain itch. Like I said, please keep that out of this. I don't want to be thinking about it. Good to see you, Debs, Grant, Song. Sorry, I'm getting messages all of a sudden from that same throwaway account. I ain't buying it. Anyways, glad everybody can have themselves a good old time and don't have to have bullshit in life. So, how y'all doing? It's good to see y'all. Yeah, there's gonna of course be a bunch of lurkers, especially since what I just threw out there equates to a hornet's nest being kicked by an impetuous child, thinking that they'll stop stinging when he keeps on kicking at it. Ugh. So, yeah, then they'll stop stinging if you kick long enough, but at that point, you may stop kicking too.
Oh, some coffee for me. Because I was drinking my ass off earlier, having been taken advantage of again. Like I said, I don't want to think about that. I want it in my head. Don't want it in my head. Don't want it in my house. Stop putting up with that shit as a young man. Any Hoosiers, make myself a cup of Joe. And brighter, happier things. Good God. All righty then. Yeah, some good old 50 weight. Well, that's good news, Debs. I'm glad for you. Oh. Yeah, that ain't your fault. Don't worry about it, cuz. Nothing to worry about. Ain't no sweat. Shit happens, and then if I can find a handy wipe. You know what my handy wipe is going to be for that? You can call me in a few minutes. I'll be able to get to it. Right now, my phone is charging. That's why it says. Oh. But yeah, I've been taken advantage of so many damn times. I says to myself, well, fuck it. Why not just have a little bit of fun with it? Since what I is you know, an easy target, right? We'll take this outside and we're gonna go over to the woodshed with it. But no, it actually has caused me to miss sleep and to have mental conniptions of the kind where I question myself. I question my own decisions and my own esteem and shit like that. And it's unhealthy for a man to be doing that. Can actually shoot your testosterone to shit if you didn't know that. You should never be one to question your own self. Plenty of other people to do that for you. All right. How many fucking years of shit doing this? People. Anyways, here we go. See more cannabis. I'm about to go see some more cannabis real quick here. No, the other rifle's out there. That's fine. I got the pistol as well for Bear. Don't need the big one. Get out of my head, you know? Spend some time smoking, drinking some coffee, and yeah, goofing around because the last couple of days has been hellacious. Cannot understand people sometimes. I had to deal with something right quick. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm not trying to ignore you. 9. Who stole for that? It's nighttime, dude. Gotta do silence. Stoffen. Even I'm not making a lot of noise. All right. Well, I figure it could be worse. Daddy always said, stay in control, son. That's right. Can't let people take advantage of you. Can't let people control you. The world, my daddy used to say is, the world is your oyster, son. So don't be that grain of sand that creates the pearl. Rather, be the pearl. A little pearl of wisdom from my daddy. I'm tired. I tell you, I'm tired of being taken for a ride. Cannot tell you how much that fucking shit actually hurts. Especially when it's the same woman over and over again. Gets irritating after a while. You know how many versions of Sky Knight, the series, I've written? There's got to be like 5 or 6 different versions, especially of the first 3, 4, 5 books. Haven't even gotten to fucking book 8 yet, ever. And any of the times I've sat down and started writing that series, gotten through it, and then just never enough. Never ends. That's why, again, it has never been published. I mean, how do you write the death of a hero? Of an anti-hero, especially. That's interesting. I don't know if to actually be a good subject to talk about. How do you write the death of an anti-hero? Because I'll tell you right now, whether in real life or as a character in a damn book, I'm no real fucking hero. Nope. Barnes & Noble won't take me. Yes, Amazon can't have it. We played that game before. I think I still have the fucking handwritten freaking manuscript, actually, of Think Before You Do, Owl. Doesn't mean that, Bezos would ever pay me what the fuck he owes me for it. After years of fucking having that shit up on his fucking website to be bought. Not under that particular title, but you get my drift. Same fucking story. Few tweaks. And when I says a few tweaks, I mean microscopic fucking tweaks. The storyline is the same. The character's name is the same. Pretty much the only thing that changed was the writer's name. A few little quirks that I have for writing, which is the Oxford comma. I use the Oxford comma. What? For those of you who don't know, the Oxford comma is a sentence with a 3-part or a hanging participle. That's where you have the first, the middle, and then the last part of the sentence, separated by 2 commas. The second comma is called an Oxford comma. I mean, anybody who's ever done more writing than their fucking shopping list has used an Oxford comma before. It's just a matter of, do you use it in mainstream writing? And not a lot of people do, actually, because it's kind of frowned upon, especially in colleges, which I don't understand. I mean, it came from a fucking college. What am I doing? I'm trying to roll a second cigarette without even smoking my first. Or having any of my herbs. Yeah. 200 ways to kill a person. You can find that out with a freaking soap opera. You're right about that. I'm not trying to make this book a soap opera, though. I'm trying to make it like basically a sci-fantasy erotica. Is what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like, 50 Shades of Grey, but with space aliens. And, a little bit more to it. It's a good fucking book. Don't get me wrong. I even like reading it, and I'm the one who wrote it. I mean, I've always said, if you can't enjoy something you read, something you write, you shouldn't be writing it. You can't enjoy reading with something you write. I mean, holy Lord. Strong. Oh. God damn, that got strong, all right. Whoa. Okay. Whew. Whoa. That was quick. God damn, that tangerine is some strong. That's probably a good way of going about it, Debs. That sounds pretty good. I'll tell you that right now, Debs. Sounds pretty good. So, what did I miss? Black sheep avatar. Well done. Well done. Yeah, once bitten, twice shy. Goddamn right. Damn it. Bringing it up. Motherfucker. Now, what is this a reference to, Grant? I fucking remember it being a 3, but whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking I might end up fucking doing something similar here. Put myself away back home. It's gotten a mite chilly. I think I might end up going and starting a fire tonight. Which means I'm going to have to go do a lot more freaking wood gathering myself. Freaking price of wood went up recent. I don't know if y'all was actually paying attention to that. The price of wood went up to thereabouts. What was it? $6 a bundle, which comes out at $25 a bundle. Which would equate to See, those of you who don't know, a bindle is Actually, it'd be $24 a bundle. The bundle is 4 bundle. Yeah, they just want their content. So that's what I'm doing. I'm giving them their content. There's your content. I can't stand evil people. People are monsters, yes, but we could always be good monsters. Don't have to be evil monsters. You make the decision. You are the one who does. Nobody else does that for you. I made a decision a long time ago to not get fucked over ever again in my life. Yeah, I'm dealing with some shit in the background, of course, because people are going to complain. They're going to be whining about the fact that, I'm calling them out for their shit. I don't like it when people, play games with people to the point where I actually have done the research and I've got a long fucking memory. Just because I've had several TBIs, just because I've had a lot of brain injuries because of getting into fights and whatnot, I want y'all to understand something. I got a fucking, I ain't got a fucking bad memory. My long-term memory is like a damn elephant. Forget about forgetting. It ain't gonna happen. Jake. Damn, man. God, I hate games. This whole live action role playing bullshit's got to stop as well. Life is not a LARP. It's real. There ain't no fucking reset buttons here. There's only, let me actually get in front of this and fix it. Let me do righteous. And try to earn back that spot in someone's place, someone's mind, someone's heart. It's the only way there is. Everything else is just child's play. Hubbard. Okay, I'm gonna grab me some firewood and then haul it back inside. Yes, of course it's buffering. Because, of course, you know. Hi, Mr. FBI. Don't worry, I'm not going to go and do anything dangerous, stupid, harmful, or unlawful. I'm simply being straightforward and honest and sick and tired of the games. That's all it is. So, don't feel like you need to get obligated to do anything. It's not like I'm going to go and do something. You know me better than that. The most I'm going to do is humiliate the shit out of them. For playing with people's hearts. Because they think it's a joke and a game. And they don't understand. It ain't no fucking game. Most people won't realize that you're playing games. They'll think it's real. And they'll take it personal. Me, I realize it's just a fucking game. And ain't nothing about it supposed to be vindictive. It's just a game. But I says it again. If you're going to go playing games with people's hearts, you might as well end up right now having to sit down and to talk with yourself in a mirror. Think about it. It's not something to be doing. Not a lot of men have the wherewithal and the fortitude to be able to catch shit like I do. And so they get angry. Specifically because they should have known to catch it. And they're mad at themselves for that. Now, give me a sec. Be right back. Be quick about it, dude. Go do potty. Be quick. All right. What? Okay. You don't need to go potty? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the do. Camera shy. You camera shy goofball. Yeah, I love you too. Just off friend. All right, so that's taken care of. I'll start a fire. Get it to warm up in here before my battery ends up dying from the cold. So, gosh. Damn. That stuff might actually make a good crossbow. Ow. Certainly hurts to break it. Not much I guess says. Holy crap. Ow. Get firelit. And we'll have ourselves a little bit of a fireside. I don't know. Whatever's cleverest. Do the old thing. There we go. That's one. That's two on the opposite. Now. Yes. And there. So, as I said before, don't be playing with people's heads. Don't be playing with people's hearts. It inevitably gets people hurt. Sometimes people you don't intend to hurt. Most of the time, though, it ends up backfiring on you. Conquer 2. Oh, it ain't gonna burn. Don't tell me that won't burn. Okay. Where to put yonder YOLO? Ouch. That's nice. Yep, there we go. That worked. Let's try this again. That worked. That sucker to go in here. Yeah. Go. Now. Yes, sir. Betty, what's up, brother? Well, it could be better. Could be a lot worse, though. So, you know how it goes. Did I leave my phone out there? Yes, I did. Didn't I? Probably a good thing. Keep my mind off the other bullshit's happening. I mean, I can't really. It's all synced up. I can see everything that is happening, but well, you know how it works, Betty. Grind on, brother. Grind on. Never stop. Never give up. Never surrender. Never fall down. Because when you fall down, man, they'll kick you while you're down. That's why you got to fight back up, man. Keep fighting forwards. That's how I do it. I don't stop. I don't know what stop is. I don't know what quit is. Never really got the concept of quit. Like when somebody starts a fight with me, I got one thing that says, if you're gonna fight with me, you best kill me. You best fucking kill me. Just end it. Just fucking do it. Because it ain't worth the fight you're getting into. It just ain't. I will never stop. I'm like a pit bull like that. There's a reason why they fucking call me a hound, dude. I don't stop. And that's in a nutshell. I think that's probably what gets me into the most troubles. I don't know how to stop. When somebody starts some shit with me, when somebody gets into it with me and plays games with me, I get mad. And I sink my teeth in. I don't stop. I will continue forwards like it ain't nah. I don't even want to bring up past shit that happened to you, dog, because I know you know. Me, I don't have that I can step back sort of situation. I either got to apologize, I got to get shit freaking turned into Bridgewater, or I will go fucking ballistic. So, that's why it's like, no. I'm not playing the games. I played this game a million fucking times in my life, and all this ever got me was heartache. So I says to myself, all right, no, I'm done playing games with people. I actually, if you go back there, probably about a year, I made a video called Squirrels, fucking Squirrels. And it's literally about trolls sitting there, like these people that are content farming and just starting shit on the interwebs just for the drama of it. They don't want nothing but the drama. And they do quirky fucking shit. Like, throw out there these fucking weird ass fucking requests for shit. Like, and most of the time, if you're a girl, it's a guy doing it to you. If you're a guy, it's a girl doing it to you. It's just the way it is. They play your head and they play with your heart. Yeah, sometimes you need to. Me, I says to myself, if I'm gonna go and lose my shit, well, I'm gonna make sure that it makes a difference. I ain't gonna fucking do that, sit back in the fucking background no more. So I can't. Trying and just anymore is if I don't fucking actually say something, if I don't make some fucking waves and make it work. People just think that I'm a pushover. You can take advantage of this guy because he's super nice. He wants to be nice to everybody. Well, I got fucking news for you. There's a reason I wants to be nice to you. It's because the other side of me is fucking dastardly evil and fucking vicious. And that is why I try to just be that peaceful man, that nice and kind, and I could smell a person trying to take advantage of me a mile the fuck away. It's happened so many times to me that it's just second nature to smell it coming. That's what hurts about that. That's why I deal with people like that the way I do. Don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a fucking one of those people trying to play games with people, because your shit's gonna come across my desk at some point. Your games are gonna come across my desk at some point, and I'm gonna lay it out there. I'm gonna go after you. Just don't. There's a reason why that's freaking the actual slogan of the fucking militia I was in. Just don't. It means there's not any good reason to be starting shit. As the saying goes, don't start no shit, won't be no shit, right? This is why I didn't want to get into the thought process of this, just because it fucking woosah, motherfucker. Woosah. I try really fucking hard in my life to make things work, make ends meet, make things righteous. And I see people trying to just take advantage of me left and goddamn right, to the point where it's become almost an expected thing. I expect people to fuck with me. I expect people to fuck me over and to try and fucking scam me and to try and fucking troll me and to try and fucking manipulate me and hate me and fucking this, that, and the other, to start some fucking drama because they know they'll get a reaction out of it. Well, newsflash, you're not going to fucking like the reaction you get. I mean, my daddy used to have this way of putting it. Don't go running your ass through the fucking the goat's head weeds unless you want a sticker in your foot. It was perfectly logical, perfectly sensible. And it was right there in front of you, because you go running through the freaking the sticker bushes. You're inevitably, if you're barefoot, you're gonna get stickers in your foot. It's just gonna happen. But the longevity, the legs that had to be able to turn around and make an understanding of the way that the world works. That's what I'm trying to impart here. Don't go pissing in light sockets. You're gonna get shocked. I mean, it's things my dad used to say didn't make any kind of real freaking. It just didn't make sense in a logical world, because you wouldn't piss in a light socket. It's just stupid too, right? You're gonna get shocked. Duh. It's the duh moment my dad was going for, like common fucking sense. Just use it. Use it or lose it. That's the way. Another thing my dad used to say is, it's use it or lose it. Because if it's not useful, then it's just dead weight. Use it or lose it. That's why I trim the fat real fast. You guys don't even know, man. I don't fuck around. I already done found out. I got sick of it, man. I was so sick of it. Like, just this shit is still creeping into my head, and it's like this is how much it fucks with you. Like, think of all the space I'm taking up in their heads. Well, considering that they're coming to me for something, I don't fucking know. It's like, well, they get their jollies off on this shit. That's all I know. All right, they get their jollies off on just making fun of people and making them the belle of the ball. And y'all folks with Discord, you know this because you've been watching it in the background as people have been sitting there talking like, "Hey, we're gonna go and do this to this guy." If you're in those particular Discord rooms and whatnot, most people don't like to watch that shit unfold, so they kind of backed off of it. But there's still some folks that have that kind of inkling, like, you know what, just so it doesn't fucking happen to me, I'm gonna watch this. And that is what I'm talking about. There are people who are just sitting there watching and know things are happening, and they're like, this is gonna fucking unfold like a turd impacting pavement from fucking 5 stories up. It's gonna be messy, it's gonna stink, and ain't nobody want to be around it. And that right there is precisely why it's just like, I don't want the damn drama. I don't want the games. All I want to do is live my life and be happy and free. And if that's going to make people have issues to where they want to try and stop that, I'm going to just tell you now, son, that is not healthy. You're literally stressing yourself, not just the person that you're going after and doing all that too. That's why I make myself a fucking target, because for the most part, I figure, hell, I'm going to die young anyways. I can handle it so that people otherwise don't have to. But, that's just how it happens, man. That's how it unfolds. It's like, I'm at that age where it's like the women I'm attracted to are either married or what you call a 304. Error, server not found. Missing a couple of beats. In other words, just not generally the ones you want to get with. For some reason or another, just someone that is just playing too many games or starting too much shit, and that's just how it is, man. Nobody's gonna like what I have to say, Betty. I don't mind if people start hitting that thumbs down like crazy, because it in the end it works to the advantage of the algorithm. But all the same, it to me, what it do is that it gets the information out there. Like, this is what you do to people when you play these damn games, when you go doing this content farming and this crap like that. You are making people become bitter. You are making them become angry. And it's not on them at all. Yes, they chose to respond to your childishness. But the reality of it is a lot of us that respond to it are like, do you see what the fuck you are doing? You understand that this is bullshit and that you are literally, you're throwing yourself under the bus by trampling this shit around. Have some moral fiber. This is what I'm talking about. Have some moral fiber. I ain't got the greatest memory on this planet. But my long-term memory is fucking flawless. My short-term memory kind of sucks. Once it turns into long-term memory, it is fucking flawless. That's why it's like, I told people that I told this individual, you've got a specific amount of time where I won't remember what the fuck you were doing. After which, it's going to come up and it's going to bite you in the ass. So don't do it to me. Literally laid down that fucking warning. First out the gate. Like back when she says, this is what I'm going to be doing just as a heads up so you don't get, too butthurt. I'm like, no, I'm not going to remember in about like 3 days. And then 5 years from now, I will be able to turn around and pictorially remember what you wrote word for word. So don't be bullshitting me. Don't be playing these games with me. I'm not an idiot. I have a fucking memory that is really fucking long, but it's one of those memories where I could see furthest a long way behind me. Immediately behind me, I can't see a damn thing. I have nearsightedness in hindsight. So I can't see a fucking thing this close up in hindsight. The further it gets away from me in life, the better I can remember it. This is why I tell people don't play games, because it will come back to bite you. I'm going to catch you in it. I'm going to throw you under the bus, because this is not how you act as an adult. This is not how you act as a human being. Have some personal self-worth and validity. If you have that, then you won't do this sort of shit. You won't play these sorts of games with people's heads. The worst part is she fucking admitted to it a few years ago that she was doing this shit to people. It was actually was one of her shorts. That's what bothers me. It was literally one of her shorts. It's like, what the fuck? I keep an eye on people that go and do stupid shit like that. I'll wait for them to make mistakes, and then I catch them in their mistake. This is why I tell people courtesy. Courtesy. Be a righteous individual. Don't be a piece of shit. M's. Yeah. Who are you? Yeah, I know. No, it's not Alice. It's M's. See, me and Alice, we actually had a walkthrough and a talk through on that, but these are not the same individuals. Those two are not the same individuals. We had an actual face-to-face talk out about that one. But no, I've caught this other person straight up, straight out. She told me she was making a whole bunch of accounts. She told me she was setting accounts in a way to where they would literally read in this specific manner. In other words, alacrons or alacroms, which is you take your name and then you switch the words or you switch the letters around in each name into the different names, and you can make a whole bunch of different names by doing that. And so you make a whole bunch of different handles that way. Like I could make a handle Lane Patrice, Lane B Patrice. That would be one that I could do. Not saying I'm going to. I'm just saying that this is how this works. It's an alacrom. It's when you take your name, like the letters of Lord Voldemort turn into I am Tom Riddle. I am Lord Voldemort. I am Tom Riddle. It's the same letters. It's just swapped around. I've been doing this for years. I've been catching people doing this shit for years, which is why I'm not the kind of folks to be playing games with. Don't play games with me. You want to come at me straight up, straightforwards. Your best option and opportunity is to be like, hi, my name is blah, 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 blah. How are you? Straight to my face in person. It's the best way to do it. Because everything else I look at is, oh, we're going to play fuck games today. All right. Do I get to be the donkey or do I get to be the pin? Oh, I need to put more firewood on. Already. Ooh, it's nice and warm. Feels good. And then one top. I think we're going to do that one. There we go. That's all good, bro. You're all right. Hoover. Shit, been a while. How you doing? Good to see you, Hoover. Oh, and as a matter of fact, since we're on about that, Hoover, you have been here before, hon, and I have verified you as to who you are. So I'm going to give you something, little bit of happy here, because you deserve it. You've actually been a righteous person to me. See, that's the thing. You come around me, you're verifiable, and you're individual that I can get with. Hey, as far as mentally get with you on that level, welcome to. This is where this is a place where everybody belongs. It's kind of like Cheers. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. Yes, I can sing that song. I'm not going to get into it though. Yeah, fuck it. Sometimes you want to go where all the people know. Sometimes you want to go where all the people go and where everyone knows your name. Like, I can remember the words. It's been a long ass time since I sang that song. But yeah, this is basically straight up. Yeah, you're right about that, Debs. The righteous are becoming fewer and farther in between here on the stupid tubes. Yes, you have to sift through the turds sometimes. That's true. You got to sift through the turds sometimes in order to find a bone piece. What a hit. Oh. Anyways. That's right, Fetty. We are currently residing in dark times. So I hope everybody has a blessed day. Yes, and I know that's what you meant. And stay frosty out there, y'all. And for serious, stay on that grind. Keep yourself, righteous and head up, and prep your shit, because polished cup or not, every single one of us is going to be tested by the fire. Don't never fool yourselves. Yes, a turd can't be polished. You're right about that. But there are some people out there that they ain't really turds. It's just a matter of the beauty on the outside does not reflect the person on the inside. If they paid more attention to the beauty on the inside, working on that, they'd actually be really incredible people. Now, I understand that, Freddie. Work is a must. Business is a must. It keeps your mind off of the shit that everything else happens. And see, I don't know if people know this. I'm constantly fucking working. It may not look like it, but I am constantly working. Sitting here on my ass right now at this particular point in time, I am working. I'll blow your mind with this. Shit, it's right here. It was right here. Oh, all right, it's right there. Not more than a hop, skip, and a jump away is my home defense equipment, specifically there as is part of my job. It's a nightstick that can go bang. And that is so that I can do my job as a security personnel. I use the old Wyatt Earp method. Walk up, hey son, what you doing here? And they try to go and draw, do some dumb shit. Right back. Now, listen up. Sit down over there, wait for the police to show up. You are trespassing on private property, and anything you do further than this can be considered a threat. A love tap is not a threat. That's get your attention. Hey, don't be doing stupid shit and throwing freaking shit, hands or grabbing for a knife or grabbing for a gun or something. You're going to get hurt. That's that one bit of kindness you get. Just whack. And then the next thing you know, you go pulling a gun or you go pulling a knife or something, and there you got your treatment. Yeah, my broomstick's missing his lampshade because I like to be able to do this. Because believe it or don't, even with a busted half a shot, I do consider myself to be ruggedly handsome. And that's just, a man looks in the mirror and looks at himself and says, well, yeah, you're an ugly person on the inside, but on the outside, damn, son. Yeah, that's true, Fetty. Yeah, of course, you and your sandwich. Yes, I said thwop. Nice. There we go. Damn computer does not want to sit straight and flat, so it's got this shaky camera syndrome, and it's bothering me. I know it's bothering you because the damn shit is getting me seasick just sitting here like, whoa. Oh, the sandwiches? I got you. I got you. That's pretty smart there. You're saying, hey, somebody's streaming someone in the background using my stream and throwing it out there. All right. There's a little drop for you. Drop of knowledge in the bucket of intelligence. When you go and you throw people under the bus, you start some shit with them. Basically, what ends up happening is it never ends. See, I don't care. Ain't nothing to me. I'll ride that lightning. I ain't got nothing to it. It doesn't bother me. I literally will end up dead before I end up fucking losing my mind or going and throwing any, no, I'm not going to throw anyone a bone. You go and you fucking start some shit with me. You better be ready to fucking ride that the whole way. Plain and simple. You decided to go and start some shit with me years ago. Mind you, you got to understand, I was taught by some of the best. When it comes down to manipulative women, I was taught by the best. My mama and my stepmama. My stepmama would make you freaking she'd make you freaking cringe. My mama would make you cry. The world's top manipulators. Shit, I'll bet you they could manipulate freaking anybody. And I mean anybody. Manipulate an FBI agent. Right the fuck out of his badge. Don't fool yourselves. I got taught by the best. That's why I see it and I don't freaking like it. Because it wasn't so much of a teaching as it was being subjected to. And me and my mom have made amends on things like that. But I'll bring it up and she knows I will. She knows I'll says about it. Because the same thing happened with my stepmama and I says about her. and she ain't with us no more. Let's be clear about that. I got no qualms airing out dirty laundry because my laundry is always dirty. It doesn't bother me. I'm a fucking dark son of a bitch when I have to be. You fucking want to throw me under the bus, be ready for the asphalt coming back at you. That's the way as I look at it. I try to walk away. That's one of the main things I do. Like, I will literally walk away when I can. What was the song go? Everyone considered him the coward of the county. Oh, promise me, son, not to do the things I done. Walk away from trouble if you can. Now I won't think you're weak if you turn the other cheek. I hope that you're old enough to understand. Son, you don't gotta fight to be a man. Something that, my dad used to make me sit there and just play on fucking repeat. Difference is, I listen to every part of that song. Not just the fucking main chorus. I'll walk away from trouble when I can. Now, I hope you don't think I'm weak, but I didn't turn the other cheek. Sometimes you've got to fight to be a man. Ain't nobody had to leave it to Beaver life. I know that much. But I'm going to be fair and square honest with you. You play head games with people, you're bound to end up getting snatched up. That's just how it works. I mean, fuck, it happened to me. It ain't gonna happen to anybody. You play head games with somebody, you're bound to get snatched up. Shit, I got snatched up good and hard. I wasn't even playing head games with the motherfucker. Well, unless you consider a dude is just like, looks like a fucking a feather on the breeze going up against a dude that looks like a shit brick house. Yeah, that's my point. All right, brother. Much love, much love. Have a good one. Work hard. Remember to play harder too, Fetty. Remember to play harder because that's what makes it worth it. That's what makes the life actually enjoyable. Something my daddy taught me. Work hard, sure, but play all the fucking harder because of it. And my daddy used to have another saying. You don't know how much fun you've had till you count the bruises you come back with. See, I know how to have fun. Yeah. Everybody, like, we think we've got the Leave It to Beaver life, Beaver Cleaver life. But here's the difference. Here's the trip of it. I placed myself under no illusions. I knew back when I was a kid because I inquired after it. I asked questions. You know, I was always told there is no such thing as a stupid question. And then my daddy one day, he comes back to me, he's like, son, there is such thing as a stupid question, but I'm going to let you in on a secret. The only stupid question is one that is asked ad nauseum after you've gotten an answer. Honestly, I got to agree with the man on that. That's why I make my decisions quickly. Deal with the problems later. That's why I've got this other saying, you know, the fuck you waiting on? Permission? Don't look for it from me. I ain't going to give you permission. If you fuck up, I might forgive you. But that's something you got to work on yourself. And you got to come as genuine. Don't be looking for permission. Be looking for forgiveness. Be looking to make your life better and be a righteous person. That might actually get me on a level of, all right, I forgive you. And it's dead serious too. I've had to live that life. It's literally been that way because if I forgive people just to forgive them, I get it taken advantage of. And that's just, you know, yes, you can turn the other cheek once or twice because, you know, you can overlook small shit. That's important. Good. Fine. But Christians, y'all too goddamn forgiving. Yeah, I know what the rule is, you know, not seven times, but 70 times 7. Look, yes, it's supposed to be keep forgiving, keep forgiving, keep forgiving. The problem with that comes that if you keep forgiving to a certain point and no further, then you are protecting yourself from what may come. But if you forgive and forgive and forgive no matter what, you are not placing that level of protection there. The Lord did say, go forth, sell thy cloak and thy tunic, and purchase a sword for defense of life and the body, the temple of God. I mean, this is for y'all Christians out there. You know that I'm learned in it. I don't necessarily believe because I've been enlightened beyond it. But I do have my understanding of it. I do understand exactly what was being said because I looked at it and I looked at it as, all right, what would I be trying to say if I was saying this? Not what was Christ saying? What would I be trying to say if I was saying that? Kind of a slap in the chops, you know what I'm saying? It did. It caught me real good and hard, and it said, wait a minute. Forgiveness needs to mean something. If you just forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive and never actually put a kibosh on the bullshit, pretty soon you run out of cheeks to turn. That's the issue with the forgive forever situation. All right. And there is a limit. There's even a limit to priests, to nuns, to saints, for fuck's sake. They say God's forgiveness knows no limit. No, he does. It says so right in a good book. For he who casts out my name, or the name of the Father, or the name of the Spirit of holiness in heaven, if you cast out these names from you and do not recognize them as God and glory, then you are never forgiven again and you can never come back. So do tell, even God's forgiveness has its own end. Christians, this is why I live Yohakohitia. We live circular. I forgive you when you mean it, but you have to show me you mean it. When you mean it and you show me, and I finally can understand that you mean it, I accept it. That's the difference. There has to be worth to it. Otherwise, it's worthless. Not just worth less, but has no worth whatsoever. This is what I'm on about. Why I don't just forgive. I endure individuals' stupidity, hoping that they will collect a little bit of knowledge from it and then turn around and say, you know what? I've been a real piece of shit and I'm sorry. And I need to get in front of this before I get this man pissed off at me. Because once he's pissed off at me, there's very few routes back. I have been nothing but kind my entire life. And that's the whole thing about it. I try to be kind. I attribute that to my dad teaching me love above all things. And it's because of love that I actually go out and I attack people like I do. Verbally speaking. Talking to y'all to try and get your head out your ass so that you be able to see beyond the shit caked over your eyeballs. But sometimes it don't work. And that's what hurts me. That's what irks me. And that's what makes me into the man I is. There is a limit. When I hit my limit, by God or by thunder, you know what? It makes sense, Hoover. Makes sense. On both sides of the coin. The only way to keep an addict from being truly lost is to let them know that they are loved and that they have your moral support. But there is a point where you have to end that. You have my moral support. I'm not buying your drugs for you. You got to earn your keep. You can do those two things. I don't mind if you do your drugs. It hurts me to watch you do it. And I want you to know that. But you have to support yourself. Most drug addicts don't like that because it cuts into their drugs. The ones that can work around that realize what life really is and what's righteous and what isn't. So there's something you can have to have some discernment. I would argue that lust is one of the worst addictions, Virginia. Because love, I wouldn't even call it an addiction. I would call it a righteous way of being. Lust, on the other hand, lusting after a woman's body or a man's body or what a man may get you in your life or what a woman may bring to your overall personal mindset or what have you, you know, giving you that little bit of extra sex, lust. That is an abhorrent addiction. And it's something that, you know what? It's human nature. That is fucking human nature. So, yep. See, love itself, I wouldn't even argue that it being an addiction. Love is where you have that that ache in your heart, that ache in your chest that tells you that this person is important. That's it. That's love. Everything beyond that is lust. Love is that ache in your chest that tells you this person is important, and therefore their happiness is my happiness. Their life is my life. And vice versa. Love is a two-way street. That's the differences here. Lust, you can lust with a freaking penthouse mag. How many guys have done it? Be honest. I have. That's every fucking guy alive. I will tell you that right now. If you say that you don't, you're a liar. You've seen a naked ass, you've been lusted, you lusted after something. Guaranteed. Even if you didn't think you did. Because lust is sexual attraction. In a nutshell. And yes, you can lust over a coin. You can lust over a lot of different things. But it's tied specifically to sexual attraction. Your selective abilities, what you want for, what you envy in life, what you want to have but can't have because it belongs to someone else. So you go out and you try to make that yours. Not something that is a copy of it, but there's yours. See, that's envy. So lust, like I said, it is a sexual attraction. Even if you're just going like you're after a freaking coin or, you know, a collector's item, or like me with guns. Maybe you didn't know that. Now you do. I love guns, or lust after guns, really. I want guns. I'm a gun freak. I'm also a sword freak. I'm also, I have a lot of other kinks. But that's beside the point. That's just me being goofy about it and pointing out that, yes, I too do lust after materials. Not just after the female form. It is still of a sexual nature because your brain is utilizing its selective nature, which is exactly in the same place, same region of thought processes as natural selection for sexual reproduction. Sexual lust. It's still tied up in the same region of your brain. It's all the same stuff. Now, it's the same particular thought processes that make one and the other give you that same fluffy feeling of, ooh, shiny, or, you know, ooh, rare, or ooh, pretty. See? That's where it comes down to. You got to pay attention to that. Numismatist. Yes, infatuation, lust. It's the same thing. It is the same thing, Virginia. It's just that, one is an old term and one is a new term. Believe it or don't. One is a new term constructed out of Latin. One is an old term, which is actually Old English. Funny how that works. Nice. Nice. Anyways, so yeah, like I said, that does happen. And a life of righteousness is not necessarily not allowing yourself to lust. It is knowing when to shut that off. Every single little addiction, thing that draws you in and makes you an imperfect human being, is knowing what moderation to have that at in order to not have your entire world come crashing down on you. That's why, as much as it looks like I'm a fucking lazy ass piece of garbage, truth be told, I'm not. I work my fucking ass off. I'm physically disabled. I'm mentally handicapped from a couple things. And so, yeah, that exists, but it does not reduce my abilities as an individual. It does not reduce my knowledge as an individual, and it does not reduce my morality as an individual. Those are all choices. And that's something. Let me see if I can get the radio to pick up a better signal. Yeah. It's a little bit better. There we go. But yeah, like I says, I keep on. Yeah, somebody else is restreaming one of my stream. Just restreaming my stream. I know it. Thank you. But no, I'm not stupid about it. I know it's happening because I pissed someone off. Guess what? I pissed them off because they were doing some dastardly shit and they got caught and they don't like it. If you don't like it, change it. Damn. If you don't like it, change it. Me? Water off a duck's back. Shit off a dung beetle. You know what it says. It ain't going to bother me none. I won't let it. I will continue forwards, being a happy motherfucker. Live my life and be free.
because I don't allow people to dictate to me what my life may be by their actions. Rather, I try to catch them in a freaking stupid and then allow that to teach them as best as I could do. Actually, because I love people so much that I do that. People think that I hate people or that I'm actually going out there to try and hurt folks. Nothing could be further from the truth, actually. Because I care about people that I don't even fucking know from Adam, ain't never met in my life. It's because I care about human life. Let that blow your mind. I actually care. That's why I go and do this shit. I'm gonna piss people off. You ain't gonna like what I got to say. Why? Because most of this shit that I talk about is stuff that you would think you know because you're a mature adult. But even mature adults, we play fucking bullshit ass games. We play fuck games with each other and think, oh, well, it's never going to affect me. It's not that big a deal. I'm not going to have to deal with the consequences. No, it comes back to haunt you. It really does. I mean, and the worst part is you could turn around and in the future, you could hurt people through your actions because of what you've done to someone else. That's another reason right there why I don't like that shit. So, yeah. You want to play games? You want to fucking go and throw around shit like that? I've got nothing else for it. I'm not going to use your content directly. I will point that out to you. But at the same time, I don't need to. I'll just point people in your direction so that they can go and find out for themselves exactly what the fuck is going on and put two and two together. Mathematics is a beautiful thing. It helps you to think logically. No, you don't have to be dealing with a mature adult to make any progress whatsoever. You could be dealing with a man-child, or a little girl in a woman's body. The reality of it is, they're still going to have to wake up and smell the roses and grow up some. My stepmom even did. Let that blow your mind. Unfortunately, it was later in her life, and it caused her to have such stress that she went back to a life of drugs. But I'd like to think that at least for a second there, she had a little bit of humility. I hate being manipulated, but what I hate more is when folks, they think that they can get away with it because, oh, well, it's just feelings. Newsflash. There are hundreds of people in prison right now because of just feelings. Think I'm lying. Go ahead and you check it out. There are hundreds of people in prison because of just feelings. If you cannot keep your feelings under control, you can get your ass in a lot of trouble. And I'm not talking about the criminal justice system here now. I'm talking about you could end up going and doing something that get other people physically hurt. And then that comes back to bite you in the ass. And you might not have even been the one to start it in the first place. But if you've got any kind of sense of morality, you would sit back and go, you know what? I caused that shit. I made that happen. That's fucked up. That's why, as I says to folks, if you're going to go and you're going to start some shit, you better be willing to ride that lightning. It's not a joke. It's not me being, poetic or anything like that. I'm dead fucking serious. You better be willing to ride that lightning all the way through. Because nothing good comes out of it. There are folks that I would says have not had the misfortune of it in their lives. And then there are the folks that I would says you had the misfortune of it in your life so many times that you know what I'm talking about. You can smell a freaking game a long ways off. You can hate the player, you can hate the game. Me personally, I hate the game. The player always has another opportunity to come back to the board. We'll reset it. And once that's all said and done, and the game is, we can actually play the game according to the rules. I think we might be able to get something out of it. But, that's the whole thing. I'm not playing a game according to somebody else's rules. I'm playing the game according to the rules of the game. See the difference there? There's rules to the game. If you're not going to play the rules of the game, then don't play the game at all. Toss the damn board. Been doing it for years. So, question here. Let's see here. Is this a Metallica concert? No. It is not a Metallica concert. Sorry about the whole shaky camera. Woohoo! But no, it's because I'm on a laptop computer and it's hard to do this and sit on my lazy boy with this on my lap and not have it get crazy. So I'm having to hold it in my hand, and having to hold it in my hand makes it so that every now and then, heartbeat or something causes the whole thing to shake. Me moving, jostling around to go and move my stuff. Yeah. It shakes the camera. So I apologize for the shaky camera. You guys sitting here trolling me now. God, y'all are nice. You're gonna get him out of his brain, dude. Fuck, it's not gonna happen. Because this doesn't have to do with this brain; it has to do with this brain. That's one of the reasons why, I says, don't fuck around with people's feelings. Yeah, especially old Miller High Life. Or Bud Light for that matter. Good God. Tranny fluid. But yeah, no. I hate being freaking played, man. That's one thing I can say is, like, if I look, I'm all for playing board games. I'm all for like a good game of Monopoly or Solitaire. I'll play Solitaire by myself. the, the joke is there. The joke is there. Anyways, but yeah, I got no qualms with board games, card games. As long as I know that we're playing a game, fine. You start playing with somebody's head and shit like that, to mess with their heart, that's fucked up. And that's the kind of shit where I get vindictive. Do not try to play with my heart. It will inevitably cause you ill will. I'll put it that way. No physical. I don't get physical with people. Not until they get physical with me. But I will outright. I'll make you famous or infamous. One of the two. Skunk. I smell a skunk. I think somebody's smoking that good old ganj. Oh, I know why. It's another half an hour until it's about an hour. Almost. A little less than an hour until party time. 4:19. Got a minute? A little less than an hour right now. I need to actually throw a fucking brush through my hair. I've been sitting here just pulling on my hair little bit by little bit to just try and keep it in fucking back in this tie, but I'm dealing with it. The old downhill spiral. I'm on the other end of the freaking hill. Dracula, huh? Or Dragula. Yeah. Bloodsuckers. But yeah, some crazy shit, man. See, like I said, I realized a long ass time ago, I'm Mr. Undesirable. I already knew it way the fuck back there. I just wanted to, I wanted to make it clear that for the folks that actually think that, terrorizing individuals and tearing into their heart, that's gonna get you caught up. Kittens. Oh god. Yeah, that'll make you freaking forget the world for a little while. Jesus wept. Terrifying razor blades on 4 paws. Or the curiosity button that doesn't stop being pressed. I mean, run through the ditches and burn through the witches and slam in the back of my Dragula. Yeah, my hoodoo, he is a terror on four paws. Acts like a complete asshat sometimes, but other times he's like Mr. Angel. I was like, I don't know whether to kiss him or kick him. See, an adult dog is like a teenager. A puppy is like a 2-year-old. And those are your levels of intelligence. So you got the adult dogs is just like a teenager, about the same as like a cat, almost, but not quite a cat. They're really fucking intelligent. And they're just intelligent enough that they want to get into trouble. God, it's irritating. Rest in peace, MCA. Isn't that like the doggo with the speaker cone thing, the megacone? He's sitting there barking into the megacone. I think that's the right icon. I might be wrong with that. Yeah. That's precisely why I'm so freaking protective of my dog and would rather hang out with my dog than a lot of people lately. As much as he's a bit of a shithead and a smart ass. At least he ain't freaking playing games. With my heart and my head, He ain't that kind of dog. That log on the fire. Yeah, I thought. Not MCA, RCA. You're right. My head. Hoover, this is after about 4 beers, and I am freaking pissed because of somebody playing around with my head and my heart. So you gotta understand that. Yeah. It messes with man. As it rightly should. If it don't mess with you, you're a heartless cocksucker. I'll say that right now. If it don't mess with you, you heartless. Yeah. Our fur kids don't lie. As a matter of fact, that's one of the reasons why I'd rather him. He don't freaking hold with the drama. He knows I don't hold with the drama myself, and he's happy with it. Because he knows I love him. My Doge. My good magic. There's a reason why I call him Hoodoo. Hillside, good to see you. Good to see you, Hill. One of these days, I bet your heart'll be broken. I'll bet your mind'll be stolen. I'll bet. One of these days, one of these days. See, there's a reason why I like that fucking song, y'all. Whatever happened to common sense? What do you do when all your enemies are friends? You're the 1 in 10. The 1 in 10. 1 in 10. I don't want to be a monkey wrench. Just one more indecent accident. Well, I'd rather be a sucker fish. I don't want to be a monkey wrench. See, that's what I got to say to all those monkey wrenches out there. Men, you know what I'm talking about. Women, try to keep up. You're making them. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, don't wanna be a monkey wrench. Just one more indecent accident. Yeah. Funny enough, I was named after my mom and dad's first date. My mom and dad were sitting in the the ICU. My dad's like, "Well, what are we gonna name him?" My mom goes, "We don't need another Jimmy or John or James or Jack in the family. There's already too many. I mean, I can't keep track of them all." So one thing's for certain, we're not naming him Ted. My dad fucking literally put his foot down on that one. He's like, "No, we're not naming him Ted. Fuck that bullshit." My mom goes, "Well, what about Blaine?" My dad goes, "Wait, you mean like the guy from the movie we went?" Oh no, that boy is gonna kill me, Victoria. You can't. My mama says it's fine, it's Blaine. Okay. And of course, you get this amalgamation of asshole and nice guy. I try to be nice, anyways. Not often I'm allowed to be nice. Let me go grab my phone. A couple other things here. Hey, you know what? I thought my name was You Little Shit for the longest time. Like, I actually would not respond to anything else. Anyways, folks, enjoy the fire for a second. I will be right back. Interesting. You know, some days I wonder. I really do. People so gullible. That they buy the Innocence Act to the point where other people would be willing to believe that it works. I'm not innocent by any fucking stretch of the imagination. I'm certainly not guilty of any crimes, but I am not an innocent man by any means. I've done some dastardly shit in my life too. So, understand something. I'm not an evil person. But when you've had it to your fill, to your limit, it don't matter. Ain't not a damn thing else wise you can do. Garbage. Work like that. Ouch. Might as well. Oh. So, Yeah, you're right, Hill. It's about the only upside to it. Like I said, it's about the only upside to it. I wish that folks wouldn't fucking play games with me. Other times, I kind of appreciate them doing it. Gives me something to sit there and be, something to do. Because, that's the most action I'm going to get the rest of my life anyways. I ain't worried about it. Kind of happy for it, honestly. Because the rest of it drags you down so far. I can't be dragged down no more. I don't want to be dragged down no more. That's where it is. You get haggard after a while. Not just tired, not just fatigued by it, but haggard by it. Watch Jerry Springer. Yeah, little reruns of Jerry Springer, and he'd be sitting there like, yeah, it's a good thing I'm single. You think that's drama? They'd be carting my ass away in handcuffs. Because I don't give a shit how big you are. The bigger you are, the harder you hit the floor. Yeah. Unfortunate, but it happened. It's like Bob Barker. Dude, I think you want to talk about a champion old fucker. In the movie Happy Gilmore, Bob Barker kicks fucking Adam Sandler's ass. I mean, no, in real life, I don't think that would be a possible situation. But in the grand scheme of shit, I thought that was fucking hilarious. Dude, the price is wrong, bitch. No, the price is right, bitch. Smoky. Yeah, it's all right. Right, so what was I doing now? I was going to do something kind of like an entertainment sort of thing. Because, yeah, I'm about as entertaining as a fly in ointment. Literally. Yeah, that scene was probably the funniest I've ever heard. I've ever watched with anything with Bob Barker in it. Like Bob Barker and Adam Sandler fucking just throwing. Like, here, have some. The price is wrong, bitch. You fucking Bob Barker kicks his ass and then he's like, the price is right, bitch. Walks away. That is like beyond alpha. That's just a level of that's a level higher of ass whooping than alpha. I don't know what the hell to put it as. I couldn't. I don't know how to say it. It's a level of ass whooping higher though. Not just an alpha ass whooping. That's an ass whooping that an alpha wouldn't be able to take. Hey, yeah. Wow. There we go. Stir the fire, get it hot. Oh yeah, it's cool enough here for a fire. It's actually, I was sitting outside when I was sitting outside with y'all. I was sitting there kind of just clenching because it's cold. It's actually cold. And I don't want to break out my jackets yet. So, double layer shirts. I thought, I'd be all right. Need to throw on another. Frankensieweichen. This east. Do it. Actually want a cigarette. Or if you go and chill outside or something, I don't know. Do the whole silent magic shit. Where is it? Where is it? Where? This is. Yep, that's it. Holy shit. What do you know? Where's the other one? Oh boy. Where's the other one at? It's somewhere in this pile of shit. Huh, maybe not. Well, it's an extra layer for now. Even though I'm really not supposed to be wearing this one right now. Not until I get it fucking properly patterned out for patches on a new one. It's an extra shirt though. I just hope it doesn't fucking melt the other one. Hopefully there's no acid left. Because yeah, it fucking asshole. This was a nice fucking uniform shirt before. You didn't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Acid bleed, acid burns from the riots. And that's that shirt. The old one right there says, it literally is like, it has right up here on the corner or something that says don't. And that's all that it says is just DON with an apostrophe. It's actually down here in the corner right there. It honestly says don't. Nothing else. It literally comes back to don't, just don't. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Folks wonder, where I get that from. It's real. This is my real freaking uniform shirt. Yes, that's iridescent rank. That's a fucking flag patch. I mean, that's the actual militia standard right there. The way it's sewn is not in the 3-ring, but in an infinity loop, meaning that the militia never stops, never dies, never goes away. They're always there in the background. That's what that's about. There's a ton of symbolism behind it. A lot of folks don't know that. They look at me and they think, oh, he's a LARPer. No. I'm the real deal. You all see those little LARPers on the internet and whatnot, and all playing games out there. Oh, I got my cool ass little kit and all that shit. Look at this, man. Nice. Nice kit. Glad to see you get out there and train. But when's the last time you actually fucking did anything? Another one of my gripes. Because I got a nice kit too, see? Really nice kit. See over there. You're going. You're very nice going. I've got lots of kit, and it's always around me. But you know what really bothers me? These guys out there, oh, you gotta buy more kit, you gotta buy more kit, you gotta buy more kit. You know what? Trip out on this. I've used the same backpack for almost 5 years now. I've had the same freaking 50 caliber air rifle for almost freaking, let me see here, 26 years old. I'm 30, 10 years now. I've had this air rifle for 10 years. And before that, I was getting out there with a fucking a bean shooter, dude. 22 long rifle with a bolt action, old Marlin model, freaking 95, just get out there and you just be doing it. Didn't matter what kind of gun you had, it mattered that you had a gun and you were doing it. The job, the actual job, not the fucking, oh, we're going to play this goddamn fucking, yeah. It's all for the Instagram pics and shit. It's all for IG. It's all for Imgur and all that, It's all for, Tumblr and Blogspot and all these different freaking whatevers. I got to point out something to you. The only reason why I do this YouTube shit is because this is actually the community square, as it were. So why not step into the square and have a voice? The rest of this shit, this is all fucking real. Get out there and do it. You don't fucking wait around for somebody else to give you permission, because you ain't going to get permission. You're going to get told that you can't. Until you get up off your ass and go do it without asking for permission, you're going to get told you can't. Why? Because you're not doing it. That's what bothers me about people. They're like, oh my God, no, you can't do that. No, you can. You just won't. Stop saying you can't. Because you can. I certainly can. I do it all the time. I gotta wear these fucking... Yeah, well. It works. Uniform shirt over camouflage. Multicam camouflage. Like uniform shirt without the bottom pockets. So it's the actual outer layer shirt. That's why this one's all shredded, because that's the one you're supposed to wear on the outside. Don't have the fucking bottom pockets in it. And yeah, I do get out there and do. These kids nowadays, they don't know what it means to be a Minuteman. Sure, they checked off the box on their fucking selective service form. They thought it made them cool. They thought, hey, that's good. That's something that's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna make me look cool and make me look cool to people. Newsflash. There ain't nothing fucking cool about this shit. It sucks. But somebody got to do it. One thing I can say is it's a fucking shitty ass job, but somebody's got to do it. Job that straight up sucks ass. Fuck, it's been a while since I wore this shirt. My desert cam. Last time I wore this, I was down in Los Angeles, actually. Shredded. Completely shredded by the fucking acid. I'll put it this way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Josephine. This is a, see if I can get that framed right, cap and ball revolver. This is what I carry now. Before I carried this, well, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and show you all a few different things as I carried. Before I carried that cap and ball, I carried this. This is my rifle. The one that I just most recently got. This is the Hatsan Invader Auto. It's an air gun. No, I'm not sitting there carrying around an M16 or anything like that. This is an air gun. It's actually as heavy as a freaking, almost the same weight as an M249. That motherfucker right there is almost the same weight as an M249 Bravo. Thing's almost 16 pounds. This here, ooch, was my original carry rifle after I lost my 22 to the state. .50 caliber air rifle. And yes, before you ask, it is an air rifle. It just so happens that, you know, I carried this for years. The strap on it, that's from my old frame pack, backpack, that I carried on my first pig hunt with that rifle. I mean, you look at my gears around me, most of this stuff is almost as old as me. Carried it for years. Let me put it this way. This fillet knife right here. You know how old this thing is? Back when I still had the ability to purchase a firearm legally without a whole bunch of fucking bullshit to be able, I mean, modern firearms. I bought this because I was more into fishing than I was into the rest of it. I just wanted to have a fishing knife, right and proper. Not be sitting there having to worry about it, because this was an expensive fillet knife. Very expensive. Even at the time. Regular old Rapala, but made with a finish blade. And it's got a finish, the old finished trout sheath. You know, with the spline side instead of the having the spline on the blade side or on the spine side. The spline of the sheath is on the side. You know, that's the gear I carry. A lot of folks, they look at me and they're like, "You're playing around with toys, man." No. You guys are playing with toys. I have tools. There's a difference. I use my tools. Other folks, they go and they run around out there and they play around with toys. Because to them, that's what that is. To them, it's a toy. It's a LARP. It's something to do on the weekends because, you know, they work their asses off all week. Well, newsflash. So do I. The difference is I take that shit seriously, as you should too. Because it's outlined as a responsibility in the U.S. Constitution. Provide for the common defense and stand to the defense of the Commonwealth. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the Army or the Navy or the Marine Corps. You can be a Minuteman, still stand to the common defense of the Commonwealth by literally just being armed in public with tools that allow you to stop a threat when the threat arises. Believe it or don't, where I've been for the last 8 years now, people have had a more respectful disposition around me. Wanting to just, you know, not start any shit, not have any complications from just, you know, they wanted to be on a good playing field of I'm nice, I'm kind, you know, we're on the same team. I don't want to start no shit because I realize that you will fucking stop it. Yeah, that's true. I'll put the fucking kibosh on it right now. In a fucking hot scent in a hurry. So I won't fucking put up with it. Throw this in there. There we go. Now I can go out and have a smoke. Boy. Yes, sir. Nice and warm in here. 7 pocket. All right. Nope, don't need that. 9, useful friend. I'll let you out in the early morning as the sun comes up. No, you do stop. Well, the mists of Avalon, or Vernonia for that matter. It's kind of hard to see with it dark outside like that, but quite a bit of mist out there. Got me all misty-eyed. Roach. When y'all get a chance, go ahead and look up Vernonia, Oregon. You get a giggle out of how small this town is and how close it is to Portland. I got a giggle out of it. Actually, its proximity to Portland is the reason why I don't want to live here. It's not necessarily the people in town. Folks tend to be kind and courteous, as I think is appropriate. I'm an asshole. I'm a piece of shit. I know I am. but I'll point out to you. I can be courteous and even kind. Whereas, that is predicated on others' actions towards me. But yeah. Hey there, Roman. Good to see you. Thank you for doing that. Fuck me. Oh, my nose. Damn computer's starting to slide off my legs. And you've been sitting here for 10 minutes. So, let's see here. Life has been an absolute fucking box of chocolates. Yeah, it's been getting chilly. Chilly Willy. Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. You know what? Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it myself. My neighbors can both see into my yard from theirs. I can see into their yards from mine, just because of the way that each yard is set up. They kind of got this little hillock in the middle. And then one guy's up this way so far up that, you can see into his yard from down here, and he can see into this yard from up there. And the other guy, it's one of the downsides of being 6 foot tall. You can see over the fences. So you just turn around and you're like, oh, hey, hi, neighbor. And unfortunately, it's my job to be Snoopy. I actually try to ignore what my neighbors are doing out of courtesy for them and their want for privacy. That inevitably breaks down in communication, I'm sure. The only time I've ever actually gone out of my way to find out is because, I heard gunshots and I was like, okay, wait, no, I'm worried about somebody might got hurt. Other than that, taint right next door to me. I ain't worried. Yeah, got a half a mind to do that. I'll tell you that right now. 8-foot pickets. Don't worry about it, Robin. You're all good, bro. Your neighbor would hate me. Guaranteed. Your neighbor would fucking hate me. My dog, whenever he's outside and it's daylight, he don't stop bitching at the world. Like, he just wants to sit there and yap. My chickens are noisy, stinky, and in full view of the world. It's not like I'm trying to hide them or nothing. My trailer obscures the fucking driveway, so you can barely see past it. That's by design. It's called a defensible position. So, you know, like I said, your neighbor would fucking hate me. Shit, my neighbor across the street was sitting there telling me the same thing about freaking property values and this, that, and the other. I'm like, you have a nice day now. That's all as I said to her too. I would not take it further. Because if I take it further, like you seen, I get vindictive. And that's why I don't take it further. For the most part. It's only when somebody is literally fucking gone and tried to play me for a fool, I get mad. And I don't see straight for days afterwards. It'll literally fuck with my head to a point where I just cannot. I don't tolerate it. It's to a point where yeah, it will fuck with my head for days now. And they're going to live rent free in my head for days. But the difference is, that's my mind reinforcing itself so that next time, there won't be a next time. I was told it was sexy. I was told that smoking and spitting and hawking loogies and shit was sexy. Imagine for a second why I might not buy that. I mean, if you'll buy that, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona, and I'll throw on the Golden Gate for free. I wasn't born yesterday. I'd actually thank them for the fertilizer. And then I'd call cops on them because, you know, indecent exposure. My neighbors have kids. So you go shitting in the fucking flower garden, son. Win-win for me. We won't tolerate that.
That's too funny, Virginia. That's too funny. Here I is missing my signet. Wish I had my old signet ring still. That reminds me of a Zach Brown song. It goes on and on, bound to forever, even when we're gone. It goes on and on. We'll be together at the rising of the dawn. If you know what that's from, you are a fucking legend. Straight up. All right. Have a good one. You know how it goes when life gives you lemons. Make yourself some lemon sherbet. Take that hard. Faith. Good morning. Welcome to the Freedom Forum. I missed my cue. It's already past 4:20. I guess I'm chronically retarded again. No, you didn't hear Riders on a Storm. You heard Zach Brown Band. The hit single from from the motion picture 12 Strong, called It Goes On. See, it's one thing you can count on from me. I ain't got quit in my blood. I'll die with my fist raised defiantly. Or I'll die firing back. One of the two. Keep calm and sally forth. That's a way of doing it. Water bath. It's an interesting method, by the by. It does work. It's kind of difficult when you're doing like raspberry preserves or something. I got 3 jars of raspberry preserve. Not raspberry preserve. Blackberry preserve I put up, and I did it cold canning style. Those of you know how to do cold canning. Yes, it does have a shelf life, and you do have to keep them cold. But cold canning has a flavor retention all its own that you can't get by hot canning. The method is fairly simple. It can get you sick if you don't know what you're doing, so do go overboard with the preservatives. It's better you go overboard than underboard with the preservatives. So, I use pectin as a preservative. I use green berries as a preservative because they also have some other chemicals in them that help to preserve the berries. And on top of that, I use a ton of sugar because it acts as a preservative. Also, I keep them in a cold place. I put them in the fridge. I don't keep those out of the fridge. They're only good as long as they stay cold. The hell? All right, that's just the neighbor dog. Back it up. Says back it up. Okay. All right. Just offer. All righty then. Ooh, nice fire.
Nein, du Stoffer. Das ist best. Du Stoffer. I'll let you out in a little bit. Sun's almost up, buddy. Almost time. Okay. Okay. Some more fuel. It's cool. It's actually really cool outside. So, here is cold preserves, in case you're wondering. This is how you do cold preserves. Regular old mason jar. Okay. I canned all mine at the same time, so they will be all good until they're all bad. I put a ton of fruit pectin in this after I put in a ton of sugar and the green berries mashed up in there, so they will slowly ripen inside. And by that slow ripening, what it does is it releases certain chemicals into the rest of the berries, and it keeps it good. Gives it a little bit of a sour flavor at first, but not much, especially if you counteract that with the sugar. And you can kind of see I've got so much sugar in this that it actually it cakes at the bottom of it. So there's a small layer of sugar at the bottom of that. But yeah, cold canning. You have to keep it refrigerated. I got 3 of them here. I had some the other day. As you can see here, all 3 of these were actually full to the brim when I was done. I had a little bit the other day, and oh my God, is it good. It has a whole different flavor to it. So, yeah. Oh. So, my recipe, in case you're wondering, fruit pectin and lots of sugar and green berries. You need to have a couple at least. And they have to be mashed up into it. It's something that it's just something how the reaction takes place. It kills off the bad bacteria with the green berries, but leaves it with the same flavor. So, yeah. I would not suggest doing that with things like squash or things like meat. Do not do cold canning with meat. It will make you very, very sick. Yes, you can do mulberries. You can do all sorts of different type of fruit. Any kind of fruit that you want. All the different fruit types. You can do it with apples. In fact, some of the best apple butter as I ever had was cold canned. The Mormons make it. It's actually amazing apple butter. So there is that. There's strawberry preserves. There's most of the time that's how you do cold preserving. They just cold preserves versus like jellies and jams and stuff. You got to get it hot in order to make it so that the pectin itself releases. It's like gelatin. It's like plant gelatins, plant proteins. It causes it to loosen and release. So that's the difference between a jelly and a preserves. If you ever notice, like you get the store-bought preserves, and they're always kind of just, when you first cut into them and whatnot, it's almost like it's jam. It's because it is jam. It is. It's not preserves. Preserves are a little bit different. And that's why I said, the cold canning method versus hot canning method. Cold canning gives you preserves. Hot canning gives you jam by the same method. It's a tablespoon per 8 ounces. Don't quote me on that. It's safer to go overboard than it is to go underboard. So I did a tablespoon and a half per 8 ounces. It'll still firm it up, but at the same time, what it does is it's a super preservative on its own. Pectin on its own is just its own preservative. So, yeah. And the way that they used to do it back in the old days is that in the place of cold, they do more green berries and more pectin, because you get pectin already with the green berries, but you also get some other preservatives in the green berries. And one of those preservatives is also a well-known poison. So you have to be careful how many green berries you use. That's why you have to use extra pectin. Otherwise, you could just get away with the green berries and it wouldn't be a problem. But that poison that I'm talking about is strychnine. It's in such minute amounts that really all it does is just kill the bacteria in it. But if you use too many of those green berries in it, then you can give yourself strychnine poisoning. So you got to be careful about that. That's why I said, a few green berries mashed into a big old, just a bag full of the overripe berries. And then I take and pour sugar into that, and I just mix it all around and turn it into a goo. Once it's a goo in, like a plastic hefty bag or something, you sit there and just mash it in your hands until it turns into goo and mixes all around. Then you pour it off into your jars, okay? And then you come back with your measurement of pectin, and you put the pectin into the jars, and then you mix that down and in, cap your jars off, and go direct into the fridge. And that gives it time to actually do its work, because the longer that it sits out in the warmth, the more the bacterium in it actually has time to overwhelm the green berry strychnine. And that's your little bitty saving grace. So you don't want to mess with that. That's why you do it as quickly as possible. It's very complicated, but at the end of it all, the end result is something that tastes like grandma made it. And funny enough, my grandma's the one who taught me how to do this. My dad taught me how to make wine. My grandma taught me how to make preserves. And my mama taught me how to make the hot canning method stuff, the water bath stuff. So if you were wondering, my mama taught me that one. So yeah, people, I'm not just coming from a world of biases and angst and all that. I still have that background of there was love in my home. There was joy in my home. There's happiness there, always, because of how we meshed. That can't be said for my stepmama. She's just manipulative. The skills I know would astonish folks. I mean, let me put it this way. I grew up with a dad who would make MacGyver look like he was goofing around, just playing games. My old man was MacGyver 2.0. Shit, my old man was MacGyver 3.0. Like he was something else. A man could look at a bar of steel and say, say a couple hours. That man could have you something that you'd pay millions for, billions even. He could take a roll of duct tape, and fix a car that's slung a belt or something. Just the amazing shit he could do with just a single roll of duct tape would just blow your mind. You give that man a roll of duct tape, a crowbar, and a flat tire, and you stand back. So, yeah. There's so much that, I could say about what he did and what he taught me. And then, on top of that, for anybody to be able to keep up with my dad, they had to be incredibly intelligent. Well, that's where you get my mama. Incredibly intelligent. And imagine for a second raising that man as a son. That's where you get my grandmama. So, yeah, my dad was a baby Einstein. He was freaking just, like I said, something else entirely. I know a lot of shit. I can do a lot of things, but my old man, he was just something else. I mean, where did you think I learned the whole, you could take freaking plastic cup caps and use them to, in your black powder guns or whatnot, when you can't buy the regular caps at the store, because of stupid regulations or this or that, or, product allocation or what have you. Well, my dad taught me to improvise at a very young age. I mean, he taught me how to take a nail, a finishing nail, and turn it into a fish hook and then catch fish with that fish hook. And when I says turn it into a fish hook, I mean an actual fish hook, not some rinky-dink, half-assed wannabe. No, I'm talking about give me 30 minutes, a blowtorch, and a tapping hammer, and a stone, a grindstone. I'll have a fish hook. Just like I said, my dad was phenomenal. He was amazing. The shit he did. So I learned so many tricks of just, bare nut survival from my dad that I turned around when I got older and I was like, I saw him living the way he was living and I asked him why. And he says, well, because it's easier. I said, is it? And he said, yeah, it's easier. Doesn't make it better. I said, well, now there's something. He was always telling me to work smarter, not harder. And I turned around to him and I asked, if it's easier, isn't it better? He said, nope. Because in order to make things easier, I had to sell my soul. Didn't really realize what that meant until I got older. Now I know what it means. And I know precisely why he did not want me to be a machinist. He wanted me to be anything but. because that way at least I wouldn't be following directly in his footsteps. And that could give me just a little bit of edge that I needed to have a more exciting life and, just enjoy myself a little more and whatnot. I mean, that's what he was always on about. Don't just exist, live. Live to the point where nobody else lives your life, you do. I miss him, I tell you. One hell of an amazing motherfucker. It's an amazing man. Things he did, like, shit, some days I wish I could show you some of the things he did, because it would astonish. I can't really, show that stuff off. I don't have anything to prove it anymore. Save for, a box of old tools that I ain't even been in for a while. Just because it's painful to look into, I mean, I lost my dad about 5 years ago. 2017. Exactly the same time as I had to deal with all that other shit. And I've told that story before. And he was something else. He was how else says it? He was on a level of only thing I had aught with him was that he followed blindly. That's one thing I could says I never did that he did do in his last years was follow blindly. Don't get me wrong, death is terrifying, but death comes for us all. If you're scared of it, then you never really live. Something I can say is. There's also something that I could also say he did, because once he overcame that fear of death, he truly lived in ways I hadn't seen since I was a little kid. I mean, as a 65-year-old man, he's getting out there on fucking stand-up jet skis. Doing freaking backflips like he was back in his 20s and 30s. Submarining them sons of bitches. I mean, my fucking dad was the shit back when I was a little kid. Before I was a little kid. So imagine for a second, things as I could turn around and look at and be like, fucking. But, he passed away. So now, all I got that I can do with that is just simply sit there and be like, well, he was an amazing motherfucker. And those of you that got to know him out there in the world, you had a special thing going for you. Because he was a character. I mean, yeah, I'm a character myself. I know I goof. But I'm just being fair and honest. He was on a level I will never achieve. That's why I don't try to fill them boots. I try to fill my own. Fire's still going. Anything in the pockets? Nope. Okay. Take off this one. Because specifically, I don't really know if I got all the acid out of the shirt or not. I thought I did, but can't be sure of it. Ever. Does make a good overshirt and a great conversation piece, but yeah. Don't want to shred it before it's even possible to use it again. Yeah, I was certainly blessed to have time with him. That being said, I think the world took him a little too early. I'll says it like this. When my dad passed away, a lot of my give a shit as far as, people trying to kill me or people trying to put me down or nothing like that for something that they might feel as a felt slight. That didn't bother me anymore. Not as much as it did back when he was alive. Um, wow. Okay. God, I wish people would just leave fucking well enough alone.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Yeah. I'm going to put the kibosh and pause on that real quick. Apparently, that person is not only non-existent anymore, but now they've turned around and just departed. Okay. Happy enough for me because it's gotten to a point where I'm just sick of it. All the fucking games. Here, come back, come back. No, 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 no. No. No, I won't, thank you. Getting tired of getting punched in the gut. Damn fucking don't know what I expect of life. Sure the fuck ain't this. I'm not having a rough time. I'm giving someone a rough time because they decided that they wanted to try and play games with me. Giving them a rough time, bet your ass. I'm too old for that shit. I don't have enough life left in me to do that. Like I says, if I want to play games, I'll pull out a board game. Oh, damn. I'm getting too fucking old for this shit. You know, yeah, I agree with that. Even though, fucking never mind. Just something I'm chunnering on about. 4-hour video chronicling the downfall of an asshole YouTube. God, I love that. That meme template is great. Anybody who's ever freaking watched SpongeBob knows that meme template is fucking hilarious. That's the one with the fish feller at the Krusty Krab, and he's like he starts choking on the Krabby Patty. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, right. Okay. Thought so. Yeah, no. Don't be scared to start over. You might like your new story better. Fucker. Just had to. To a Jekyll. Dude. Yeah, you kind of put yourself up to that. You're gonna get the Fudbusters freaking icon. Just how it works. Part of being from California and asking people if you should have an icon that's FUD related. You're gonna get it. You're just gonna get it. That's just how it is. Oh yeah, gas prices are going to get insane Make sure you topped off your tank, whatever you can do. Hmm. Yeah, canning is actually quite enjoyable. It helps you to focus on something outside of your mind. Greetings, KP. Good to see you. Hitting a big 60 next month, huh? That's hell of a milestone. Be lucky to make it that far. Just my family history, not necessarily saying I'm gonna die, but by the time I'm 60 or anything like that, I've lived too long to even think that. Just a matter of my family history, my family's medical history tells me that it's very unlikely. Yeah, leave dragons out of fantasies. Oh, well, big ass club and you ain't in it. Couldn't be able to say it any more succinctly myself. Oh boy. Well, China's starting to tank. Well, starting to. China's been tanking for several years, and now it's starting to actually affect the world, according to certain individuals on the interwebs. I would argue that we were resilient against that, but now we're not. Um, I blame the tyrants. But, apparently, well, YouTube wants to give me advice on dating. Like, y'all, you sure you want to do that? I'll put it this way. Last thing I need is somebody to tell me who I'm looking for in life or who I want to spend the rest of my life with, because the reality is that if she existed, I'd have met her already. Honest to God truth. If she existed, I'd have met her already. I'm just too much of a realist. I see that. I look at the world and I'm disgusted by it. Heaven knows that when I make a joke about I need to stop looking in a damn mirror because my reflection keeps cracking it. It's a matter of not what's on the outside. It's because I am a fucking I'm an angel with a white wing and a black wing. If you know what that reference means. For those of you that don't know, that is the angel of death. Basically, the one creature in all of God's God's creations that even God doesn't want in the world. That's what that reference is to, is like the one individual that even God looks at and goes, I don't want to do this. So yeah, I've got a particular disposition about me on that. The angel with one black wing and one white wing. Basically straddling heaven and hell in one existence. I mean, we all have a little bit of that, but there's difference. I was forced to that. I wasn't always that kind of person. I was the optimist. The one who said, no, it's not half full. It's not half empty. It's full. You just aren't accounting for the air. I used to be a super optimist. Now I'm a realist. It's a glass. It's got water in it. That's the be all and end all of it. It's a glass. It's got water in it. I mean, it's kind of like what's his butters from the Lawnmower Man. Literally sits down next to the lawnmower, looks at it, fumbles with it for a second, goes, there's your problem. Ain't got no gas in it. Literally. Just realist. Just looking at the world as realistically as I can. And unfortunately, it's given me a really shitty outlook on people. People are monsters. Like I said before, you don't have to be a bad monster. You can be a good monster. But, you know, one way or another, people are monsters. Unfortunately, being a good monster means that you have to be mean sometimes. You also have to be a realist because you cannot be a freaking good monster and not be real. Because otherwise, all you're doing is I heard Jordan Peterson said this, actually. You need to be dangerous. Notice how I did not say unkind. Notice how I did not say evil or harmful. I said dangerous. Martial artists know this. You learn to be incredibly violent, but to also control that violence and to be able to unleash it when necessary in a particular direction for a specific amount of time. And then being able to dial that right back. It's a martial arts thing. It's just, you learn that through the martial arts. It's also a confidence thing, yes. But it still comes back to the same succinct reality. You need to learn to be dangerous, to embrace that violence and yet control it. And that's because, like I said, people are monsters. But it's up to you whether you're the good monster or you're the bad monster. The good monster is going to do everything in their power, even if that means being mean and violent and doing abhorrent things. They are still doing it in a manner where it helps. It saves people. It protects people. You know, and that's a good monster. A bad monster goes out and hurts people for just that particular reason because it's what they do. They hurt people. Like I said, it's hurt people hurt people. The difference is how you direct that hurt and who you direct it at. I directed at the people who try to take advantage of others. Because I see that as just that's the sickness our country has, is people just, they see a vulnerability and they can't help but exploit that. You can call it vigilante justice all you want. Simple fact of reality is that's what our country's predicated on. It's what it was created by, was vigilante justice. Willingness to stand up and be that son of a bitch. Because you need to be that son of a bitch. But on the flip side of it, inevitably makes people disgusted with you and hate you. Just because the ones you're protecting, who are you protecting? Who are you helping? Those who wish to take it, those who wish to use it. Use that protection, use that help. And just know that if you use it against me, I will turn it back around. Because that's what I was trained to do. I was taught a long time ago, if you're going to play a game, make sure that there are rules. And remember, there's no rules in life. because life is not a game. The only rule in life is survive. So, all right. See you, Faith. Yeah, the only rule in life is survive. If you survive long enough and well enough, you begin to thrive. And once you start to thrive for long enough, you prosper. And that's what I'm making an effort towards. I want to prosper. I want to have a life built of happiness and truth, facts, not just realities that I observe and my opinion based upon that, but the actual facts of the matter. Because in facts, there is solace. In facts, there is no bias. They just simply are. They are fact. That's where I try to keep my mind and my happiness. Any Hoosiers. This morning has been an interesting case of gymnastics, mental gymnastics. And I'm getting tired. It is 5:30. Here comes the sun. I go let the dew out for a few minutes. Go and take a shit and a piss. And then, of course, I need to catch me some Z's before I get onto my next. As I got more projects in the works. And I still got to finish up that those axe heads and start on the knife. So the world never fucking stops. It's always just a confuckery. So since the world never stops and I'm not giving up, I'll bid you all a very wonderful morning. Shit, Cat, I'm sorry. I missed you, brother. I didn't mean to miss you, I'm just kind of getting a little flustered with the whole thing, and I'm starting to be tired myself. So, I mean, you know me, fucking be random as fuck and run off the tweakers. It's my job. So, I'm getting tired is all. I will. I'm winding down now. I'm about to call it quits on this stream. I just, hey, if you want a bit of a giggle, man. You probably remember Ams. She was around back when we first started, talking and whatnot. You go back and watch the last stream that I did, my little gripes. You learn some shit, man. Some people change, other people don't. And then finally, the ones that don't but understand their worth, which is why they don't. Those are the real dudes. Those are the fucking solid people. Dudes, chicks, whatever. Those are solid motherfuckers. Any Hoosiers. Like I said, it's been your Freedom Forum. I've been Guardsman on. I appreciate y'all and thank you for coming by. Much love, y'all. God bless. Motherfuckers, I am out. Out of steam, too.